of all time. Remember, it's the Ace who put it over the top. What a weekend, guys. The biggest weekend ever. This is why we're celebrating this evening. Live on the Sunday Evening Spectacular. I have some breaking news for you here tonight. Let's do it. This dude is really, over and over, he has proven to be correct, like the Ace. So we're going to give him some love here tonight. This is a tweet that he just put out a short time ago, and he's saying what I was saying this morning. If you joined us on Midnight Movie Money, I said, watch out. Sony played today's number low. They estimated it lower than it's going to be because tonight at the multiplex it was slammed. Guys, I have not seen AMC that busy on a Sunday night between Spidey and the Odyssey. You're talking about two films that are completely killing it because, as we said, we had the biggest weekend ever. When you take the top 10 films, I'll show you that in a second, 430 million on the top 10 films. We are way up on this year versus last year in box office. Look, I bought some AMC stock on Friday in anticipation of what we're seeing now. So now, everyone, please cross your fingers. I am not an official AMC ape to the moon, but I am looking forward to tomorrow morning waking up here in Los Angeles because the stock market opens earlier in New York, as you guys know. And I already know, am I up? I bet I'm up because we are talking about the biggest weekend ever. That's got to move the markets, doesn't it? But as of right now, Spider-Man has the second biggest debut according to the numbers that Sony put out today. They put it at 84.2 million for today. It's going to go higher. In fact, let's look at it. I alluded to the tweet. Here it is. I don't know how to say the dude's name. He's Indian. If someone could translate from the, please help me on this dude. But look, he's saying it looks like 87 plus million for Sunday. We talked about this. All it needed was 2.1 million to get over the hump. Well, here it is. If it gets to 87, this will be for sure the biggest opening of all time. And at 88 or higher, which he's thinking it could get to. And again, I go back to tonight. Let me pull it up. I'll show you what it looked like at Burbank as I go there. Because you know what I have? What do I have, guys? I have receipts. So I have. If I said I went to see the movie again, I was at the movies. Do you think I just go up there and take a picture? Of course, no. Some people are like, yeah, that's what you do. No, I use my A-list. A-list, the best thing ever. Here I am, and by the way, this is me, directly from beach volleyball today. This is why I don't have a jersey on. That's why I have a hat on. I had like dust all over me from the beach. It's just get grimy playing beach volleyball. It's hot as hell down there today. But look, so I walked in, I saw the 430. It was Prime. I thought I was going to Dolby. Turns out it's Prime. They're basically the same thing. Prime's amazing. One of my favorite screens in all of LA, along with Dolby here at AMC Burbank. But look, as I was leaving, I snapped another picture of how busy it was. You can see it's not very busy right there, right? But look, here's what it looked like. And this is, by the way, this is like 7:30 at night. And people were going up and down the stairs, families. Again, this thing really killed it with younger audiences. They came out to see Tom Holland, to see Zendaya, and of course, the main event, Spider-Man. Spider-Man's the number one superhero, right? You talk about box office, has proven over and over and over that Spidey is the guy that people want to see, okay? This also looks good for Batman. I mean, you wait till the Batman 2 comes out. That film came out when we were still doing all that COVID nonsense, right around that time. So now, watch out. Okay, because we know Batman, Spider-Man, here we go, right? These are the two pillars, Marvel and DC. So I'm looking forward to see how that thing pops when it does finally drop. But you talk about a huge crowd tonight. All the PLFs were slammed. I mean, I'm talking super duper insanely busy. I walked into each one because you can stand on the side and kind of have an idea what it looks like. Because you know how a lot of people are saying, the Odyssey has no one in the theater. So I'm like, okay, guess what the Ace does? The Ace will walk in on the side and I'll do a head count. And all you clowns, and yes, I'm going to clown you again, grifters, because I'm going to roll on you tonight big time with the Odyssey update. It's coming up because I'm not done with you. You guys said you play with the wrong motherfucker. You guys act like you're so tough and you know all this shit. I watched your stuff. You know what? Honestly, the majority of you suck. And I mean that as nice as possible. You're not even good. You can't do it live. I'd love to see you try to do what I do. I will decimate you. It doesn't even matter. It's not even a game, man. I dare you. I dare you to try it, what I do. Go for it. All of you. Your boy Cobra, your boy Critical Drinker, your boy Mauler, who hides behind an Avi. These people are weak, dude. Weak. I don't care if they have 10 billion followers. Weak fucking sauce, as the kids say, or they said at one time, probably not cool. Don't care. I just said it. Look what you see right here. This is from the official box office accounting firm, and you can tell what I just said. The biggest weekend ever at 429. My bad. 429 total. As this is now up 246 versus the same weekend a year ago, up 246%. Of course, duh, when you have the biggest opening of all time, which we're going to get here, if this thing gets to 87 or 88 million, which is definitely within the realm of possibilities. But you look at that, and then you throw in Odyssey, still killing it. We're going to look at that number in a minute to remind the grifters how horrifically wrong they were and how they did not own it, right? This thing is, right? I said, just let's make sure this is very clear because I'm very fair and very honest and very open. Okay, guys? That's what we try to do. We have an open line of dialogue here on MMT. Guess what I said a few weeks ago? I said I didn't think that this would be as big as No Way Home. Because at the time, there's no way that another Spider-Man movie can match that when you had all the Spider-Man returning. You had this big gonzo film that got to almost $2 billion. I mean, listen, I understood China was in play this time versus last time. That helps. But still, it's like, do people really care about Spider-Man as much now? Well, the answer is yes. Now, I didn't think, obviously, I thought it'd be well over $1 billion, maybe 1.5. But guys, we're going to 2 billion. Easily going to 2 billion. When we already at basically $1 billion here after one weekend, it'll be $1 billion Monday. But look, here, let's go to the top 10 just quickly. If you missed this morning, I'll just go over. And this is something that we didn't have this morning, and it's very important. Look what's number one. You see it there, Spider-Man Brand New Day. I go across, and we look at the estimate for today. Look, 84.2. Do you guys see that? 84.2 million is the estimate that Sony put on this film today, right, for only Sunday. It's going to be above that. So once it goes above that, then the whole gross goes higher, and therefore we get to that 357.1, and it becomes the biggest of all time. By the way, I will update tomorrow. As soon as the number comes in, I'm going to crank out a video because no one's faster, because I don't need to edit like the rest of these people. These people have to edit. I don't edit. I just shoot. Bang. We're on. We're doing it live. That's how we operate, okay? And I'm going to be ready to go. So look for that video. A lot of you are supporting the videos now. I want to give you a thumbs up, everyone out there, for doing that. That is awesome. That helps the channel. Someone even came in the comments and said, how can we help you grow? You are definitely in the top percentile. Granted, the person did say like Grace Randolph. So I don't know how to take it, but it is a nice compliment. So thank you, sir. Or ma'am, whoever sent that. But look, I want to show you something else that's really, really crazy about this opening that you need to understand. We talk about all the time. You guys know, if you've watched the show, what's a good number on an opening where you're looking for, like, that's pretty strong. $20,000 per screen, right? That's good. 30,000? That's better. 40? Even better. 50? Okay, don't be stupid, Weber. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Let's look at, you guys ready? Here's the average per location. $79,117 per location. I have never, I mean, obviously we had to go back to Endgame, but here's the thing is, you got to look, the PLF here, the take was insane. When you talk about Prime tonight, right? For me, any kind of 3D is an upcharge. Dolby obviously had the biggest weekend they've ever had because that was an exclusive, because IMAX still is possessed by the Odyssey. And then you go and you look at Screen X. So it had all these upcharges, right? And that's how you get to 79,117 per location. What the fuck? Dudes, I couldn't even believe it when I saw this. I'm like, let me just have a look. I haven't. What? I mean, guys, no. We say this a lot. You never see this again. Nah, see, 79,000 per. No, just know this is not going to happen. But by the way, we'll still talk about Spidey, but let's go ahead and talk to our friends out there, the grifters. Hi, grifters. How you doing on this Sunday night? You guys good? Awesome. I hope you make some more videos about me because all you're doing is igniting the fire in me and making people more aware of what we do. And when they watch me versus you, they go, holy shit, in comparison, this guy fucking kills these people. This guy's good. That's the thing is, you don't, here's the deal. Let me tell you something about life. If you have competition that's good, it's best you don't even mention it because if you do, you're only opening the eyes to your audience that is watching substandard shit. They go, this guy, holy crap. This is like next level. This dude knows his shit. This guy is on point. This guy can do a live like no one else. I don't have 10 other boxes here going, hey, X-ray girl, what do you think? Well, I don't know about that. That's a great question. Fuck me, guys. Seriously. No, thank you. Okay? We don't do that. Sometimes we have Menzel, it's rare, and I enjoy having Scott on. I don't need anyone else. I'm the one-man army, man. I'm the Punisher of this space. The real deal. I could be the Punisher. Yeah, more than your boy Cobra. Oh, yeah. By the way, dude, let me just say, anybody who always wears a baseball cap, I know you're bald. Okay? Just so you know, we're so square. I need you to understand that we all know that. So you can wear the baseball cap all you want, but we know you're bald. Like, just don't think that we don't know that. Like, why are you always wearing a baseball cap? Because you're bald. I wore a baseball cap tonight because my hair was a mess. I had sand in it. I'm not bald. But if I had it on all the time, you guys, I would assume you guys would say I'm bald. Okay? Oh, that was fun. You see what happens? I don't even know what's going to happen. I just said, let's just fire it up. This is what happens. Where's my boys? Where are my grifters at? Where are you all? What you going to turn to next? What's the grift now for your audience? How are you going to preach to your cult? Oh, mighty cult. Their leader here has something that he wants to bestow upon you, some information that I want you to take like the Pavlov dogs that you are. Oh, God, just pathetic, guys. Just weak. And you know what? They're going to stop watching you. I can't wait. They're going to go, damn, this guy destroys this guy and he doesn't have to wear a baseball cap all the time. This is what you get. You asked for it. You guys, I kind of was going after you, but you shouldn't have returned fire. Now it's on. Oh, God, yeah. Now I will open up multiple fronts against everyone. I already got Film Twitter. I got you. Who else wants some? Guys, you're like, I'm running from anybody. I got the critics. Dude, I'll open up 5 fronts. Who else do you want me to throw in there? I'm not worried about it. The ace can handle himself. The Odyssey right here, you can see it. Look, you know what the weekend was this weekend? By the way, do you guys remember this? Hey, everybody, help me out. Who remembers this one?
Wait until Spider-Man comes out. It's gonna destroy it. It won't make a penny after Spider-Man comes out.
Remember those clowns, the clown show grifters? $136 million this weekend globally. Yes, it was affected by Spider-Man. But, dude, still $136 million in its third weekend, down 38% overseas, 43% stateside. If it weren't for Spider-Man, it would be like dropping like 20%. So this film is still sold out in IMAX 70mm in a lot of IMAX locations anywhere, everywhere. So, guys, it's not over. We're at $911 million. We're almost an Oppenheimer, and we're clearly going over $1 billion. So, Critical Drinker, well, will this reach levels of Oppenheimer? Probably not, but you don't know. But I don't know. Possibly. Can't say. I don't know, Nolan. It's hard. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Go be a politician, grifter. Okay? Seriously, you would be perfect out here in Los Angeles. You should run for mayor, right? You could be Mayor Bass's sidekick, where you guys just talk shit and you never back up anything. Look, everybody, I have one thing, and I have another, and I have another, and this and that. Dude, this is not being ballsy and being out in front of it and saying, here's what's going to happen like I do, right? You say, I'm going to vacillate, and I'll flim-flam back and forth between this and that, and then guess what? I don't have to say I was wrong because I said all things. It's weak, bro. Critical Drinker, honestly, I watched your live. Not impressed at all. I'm just straight up to you, bud. As a straight up, anyone who watched you and me go live would go, this isn't a contest. Who's the guy who's got how many million people? They'd be like, this isn't even close. Like, this is like night and day difference. This dude's good. The other guy, how's this guy have how many million? What? Oh, because he has some kind of thing going on where he drinks and talks. Well, isn't that clever? What a little gimmick that is. He's like Doink the Clown of the film space. Remember that guy when he came to the WWF? That's who the Critical Drinker is. The Doink the Clown of the film space. It's a grift, and it's a total gimmick and whatever, dude. I'm just telling you, and I haven't even watched your little short video that everyone's like, it's not good. Like, apparently you made like a series or something. Everyone says it's not very good. I haven't done that, but I'm just saying, guys, dudes, here's the thing is, if the Critical Grifter were good, guess what I would say? I'd say the Critical Grifter's good. But when I watch, I'm like, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. He is preaching the points to his audience. That's not good. That's not interesting. It's critical thinking. Critical, unthinking grifter. Seriously, like just cultish shit, bros. Sorry, guys. I have to drag these guys. They deserve it. Tell me where I'm wrong. Hey, guys. Hey, do you watch those guys? Come in and tell me here. It's late here in Los Angeles. I'm not even going to go a whole hour tonight. I just want to make sure we started the stream. We talked about it, how tomorrow we're going to have this update in the morning that's going to be the biggest of all time. I just want to get in front of it now. I will answer any comments you have because here's the deal, is that as long as you're somewhat civil, and by the way, I'm not being civil to some of them because they were uncivil. So once you're uncivil, then it's uncivil-a-thon. We're totally going after it, okay? I'm so glad that finally folks are getting after those lying-ass, anti-woke, ADHD grifters. Well, remember, let's talk about Chris Gore. Let's go ahead and talk about that. So when we had Chris Gore, remember, Chris Gore had his channel, Film Threat. No one watched. He had no views. Like, literally like 5 views, 6 views, 10 views. And he all of a sudden decided, after he did Film Courage, where he talked about how Star Wars was destroyed by being woke, and I'm not saying it's wrong, right? I'm not saying he doesn't have points there, but he realized, wow, people like to hear that. So what do you realize when people want to hear things? You start leaning into it harder, okay? So you realize what equals views, and then you start only talking about that. You say, okay, well, if they want to hear anti-woke shit, then let's just really lean into that. Whatever film we're talking about, let's throw it through the lens of anti-woke, and then the audience will go, oh, this is what we want to hear. Oh, preach, brother, preach, brother. No way. I have never done that. And guys, if anything, I go against that so often where I come in and I say, I want to hate this movie and I love it. Or conversely, I wanted to love it and I hate it, right? That's because you're always, when you're objective, you don't have an agenda. They have an agenda. So yes, Sir Grizzle, 100%. Dude, 100%. And the thing is their audience has to be low IQ because anyone who has a high IQ doesn't want to be talked to like this is how it is. Now, listen, I say it all the time. I say you're wrong if you think it's good. No question about it. But listen, that's combative. That's not even like, it's not like I'm preaching like what they want to hear. It's more like, here's what I believe. And you damn well, I don't care what you think, but I'm just telling you you're wrong if you're wrong. Different, right? So, because you don't know what I'm going to do. And that's what people always say about me. They go, hey, you know what, Ace? Here's the thing. We don't know what you're going to do. And because of that, that is interesting. What's not interesting is here's what's going to happen. This person's going to hate this person, that. And you got Alan following along with Chris. But I mean, look, once you lean into it, look what they're getting. Views and subs, and they're getting super chats, all these things. So it's very hard to resist that. For me, it's not at all because I have no interest in that. Yes, of course, who doesn't want to make money? Duh. I mean, I just bought my AMC stock, okay? I'm hoping it goes up tomorrow. Please, guys, again, please, everybody, AMC tomorrow, let's go to the moon because I did put, I'm not saying I put like 500,000, but I put, okay, let's just say I put more than $100. But it's like, but the funny thing is it's kind of fun because it is like gambling, right? It's like, here we go. Let's go ahead and get totally into this shit. I've had stock in the past. I had Apple really low and it split and did all these things. I'm pretty good at, here's the deal. You always bet on what you know. And what do I know? Movies. And I know AMC is going to have a big weekend. So let's go ahead and try that. It's not going to go down. I'm not going to lose. So, it's just like, that's a given. I'm going to win that. Whiplash, welcome back. As film fans, we should all be happy people are going to the cinema in masses for these two films. The grifters aren't film fans. No, they're not. They're not. Whiplash, they're not. What they are is they are people who preach to their audience and whatever makes them money, whatever gets them the views, the super chats, all that shit is what they're going to do. They're not going to have that audience that is all there in a giant cult and all of a sudden say, Supergirl's great, which, by the way, totally outlandish because it's garbage. But I'm just saying, right? Imagine standing in front of them and coming out and saying, you know what? Supergirl's actually fucking good. They'd all go, what? We can't say that. So, look. That film's obviously not, but right, that's the problem is once you put through everything through the lens, you're running everything through the filter, through the sieve, right? Everything has to be sieved in through that lens. And then what you end up with on the other side is the garbage that your audience wants to consume because all you are is a low thinker because you're not even using critical thinking. You're just saying, how can I apply what they want to hear to this film, to this idea? So everything goes through that lens, so it becomes very simple. Spider-Man, you're going to say, well, it's not woke. I'm sorry, Zendaya. I'm sorry. Weren't you guys angry with Zendaya when she was cast as MJ? No? Yes? Maybe? When did that happen? Right? These are little things, but they're not consistent because when it's big, or it's a big thing they know everyone kind of likes, let's shape, right? You're always shaping the narrative to fit what the audience expects and wants. I have never shaped a narrative of what I say in here to go with the audience. It's never happened. I mean, not one time, which is why are these other people doing that and I don't? Well, clearly because we're a niche channel. Like I say, we're the Riddler's channel from the Batman, and it'll always be that way. I don't care if we ever took off. It doesn't matter. This channel will never change. I'm not going to change how I operate and how I do these streams or how I discuss any kind of film because I'm like, well, the audience might not like that. I don't give a fuck. Okay. I'm going to say what the reality of what I believe it is, and that's just the end of it. There's not any kind of discussion of, well, this is what they want to hear. Too bad, because I'm not, dude, I tell you this all the time. I'm built like Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. I'm not playing around with you. Remember when he can't tell a lie? That is me. I can't do it. There's that episode of The Simpsons that's one of my favorites. The end of that movie, the end of this episode where you've got the comic book guy, right? Remember the episode? I got to find it. I can't find it online. If someone finds it, please let me know. Put it in the comments. He goes in and he's a film reviewer, and the studio says, hey, if you say that this film is good, then we will pay you whatever, like $1 million, whatever the episode. It's been forever since I saw it, but I remember this distinctly. At the very end, he goes, worst movie ever, send. And he's sitting in bed just like, I don't give a fuck. That is how I operate. And that's not how everyone operates. I know it's really, it's not the norm. I get it. But you got to understand that's how I'm built. So because I'm built like that, I can't do what they do. I could never do that because you'd feel it. You'd be like, this is fake. So I don't even know how they mask it. Like, how do you mask being a phony? It's really weird because what they're going to do is they're going to, again, get you on the Svengali spell of here's how I'm operating. It's a weird, the grifters, right? I mean, ATM Monkey, welcome back to the channel. I believe I've seen you here before. When you look at it, they're telling the story to the audience that wants to hear that story. So the story is always going to be consistent. It's not going to change. And if it does change, it's going to be like a slight alteration. In other words, if a film is woke and they liked it, they'll be like, listen, it's not the worst film ever, but it's still woke. Instead of, they can't fully go there, right? Like you look at Alan and Chris when they came out of Odyssey. Alan's like 4 out of 10, worst movie. I'm like, whoa, bro. You know how many movies I watch? Okay, Alan. By the way, I think I watch more than you. If not, I'm right there with you. I'm not like your boy Brandon Davis or something, right? Those guys who don't even watch movies. I watch virtually anything that is at AMC, and that includes like studios from IFC to Neon, obviously A24, go to a Blue Fox Entertainment, go to a Greenwich Entertainment, whatever you're talking about. I have seen these films, okay? Foreign films, documentaries. So you're not playing with the guy who only watches Spider-Man and Odyssey. So you're telling me that's a 4 out of 10? Dude, bro, I've got so many movies that are horrible. Did you see Her Private Hell? I bet you didn't, Alan, because your audience doesn't want to hear people talk about Her Private Hell. And if you did, you'd know what hell is, and you'd know what a real 4 or less film looks like, not the Odyssey. But again, because they have to have either good cop, bad cop, or let's really lean into you hate this. That's dude, Chris Gore, I'm just gonna be straight up with you. Chris Gore is the ultimate for himself guy. He's perfect for this town. If he can use you and use you up, then he will. And a great example, and I told you the story the other night, and I'm not going to say who it is, but he had a young kid that we know who I like. He's a really nice kid. And Gore literally used the kid for over a year to drive to his place and then have that kid drive Gore, like driving Miss Daisy, to different screenings around LA, because Gore wanted to use him and not the gas. And of course, the bonus for the guy who picked him up was you get to go to the movie. You see, and I'm not, by the way, kid, I'm not calling you out tonight, because I'm not saying you did the wrong thing. I'm just saying that's what Gore does. He uses you up and spits you out. And once Gore moves on to the next person, he's already forgotten that kid. And he's like, I'm sorry, I don't have room for you anymore. These are the people that you need to cut out of your life. These are not good people. Listen, you can say whatever you want about the Ace, and he's opinionated, he's loud, he's brash. I am not that guy. I do not do that shit, okay? Ask around. Someone say, well, he called someone fat. He called someone Jabba the Hutt. He called dudes. No. This is shit talk. I grew up Gen X, and if you can't handle that shit, first of all, let me explain something to you. Don't look like Jabba the Hutt. It's very simple, okay? If I look like Jabba the Hutt and someone called me Jabba the Hutt, do I have a right to be angry being called Jabba the Hutt? Think about that. Just seriously sit on that for a second and think. No, because Gen X didn't play like that. Dude, we were fucking ruthless. Okay. So if you think, and by the way, I called the guy Jabba the Hutt after he came after me. So see, it's not like it's just random. Okay. So the point is again, if you don't like being called Jabba the Hutt, there's a place called the gym. Okay. There are things in there like treadmills. There are Stairmasters. There's obviously weights, as I'm very well aware of. And the reality is you need to start doing that more than watching movies all the time and stuffing your face with buttered popcorn. Okay, this is just sage advice. What I'm saying is not mean, it's true. If you don't like truth, then you need to leave, because I don't operate from an area of bullshittery. What I operate with is the truth, and sometimes it's going to hurt. But at the end of the day, like I said, everything I said about gore is 100% correct. And oh my God, this is good. Robert, A+ for you tonight. Her private hell. I'm not a her, but it was absolutely in hell. Dude, no, listen, Mark. First of all, Mark M. Well, listen, we always love when you're on the stream. Mark is weird. We almost share a brain. I'm not kidding you. He has the and by the way, he'll come in and tell me ahead of time. It's not like we confer. Mark is always like exactly where I am. So I know that there's at least a few people out there who see these things exactly the way. And her private hell is true torture. The only reason I stayed is because there was an area on the side, right? You got to go to AMC Burbank or any theater. You have that walkway that goes into the theater, and it's sheltered so that if you're on your phone, no one in the audience would ever see it, because the only way they'd see it is if they're going to the bathroom. So it doesn't affect anyone. You being on a phone, standing back away from the entry, right? I was on my phone for the last hour plus of that film. I wanted to walk out. The only reason I sat there and looked up, it doesn't deserve my attention. You know, you go back to Facebook and you look at Mark Zuckerberg. You don't deserve the Ace's attention. That film is sheer agony. And frankly, if I went to that screening where Refn was there talking, I would have said some shit walking out. I would have absolutely, this is why I don't go to these things. I would have said, if not muttered, I would have probably said audibly loud. I go, Refn, I would have said walking out because I can't stop myself. I would have said, Refn, God, drive. Even only God forgives. And you go back to Pusher and all. But what the fuck, bro? Seriously, this is some shit. And I would have walked out. He might have gotten angry. The audience would probably boo, and I'd probably turn into a news story. But I would have 100% done that, because I cannot hold back. Because these filmmakers have to hear these things. You know, look at Beau is Afraid. You don't think that Ari Aster heard what I said about that film? I guarantee you who did. Ringer wrote an article about me. I was browbeating the audience for clapping. I said this movie's garbage and A24 needs to answer for it. This is why I love doing what I do, because when it takes off, when I say something that vitriolic and earned, by the way, it's going to make an impact. And guess who's going to hear it? The filmmakers. I go back and you talk about me and Everything Everywhere All at Once, and you can ask anyone who saw this go down. It's 100% how it happened. I came out of Everything Everywhere. I sat on it for a day. My initial reaction was like, I'm not in love with this film. It really goes on way too long at the end. I came out the next day with a tweet. It's there. I already showed it to you a few weeks ago. I'm not going to do it again. And I said, I want to start Everything Everywhere All at Once is hellaciously overrated, or just overrated club, but I fear no one else will have the guts to join, because we know that film Twitter doesn't have balls. They have to wait for the luxury of time. And which way is the wind blowing, right? I don't do that. I came right out, and guess what happened? One of the Daniels came in and replied and said, hey, thanks for supporting us. I'm like, bro, I had A-list. A-list is nothing, so I didn't really support you. And second of all, stop. Your movie sucks. Like, seriously, someone need to tell you to stop. I don't know what's up with you guys, but you did not know when to say when, okay? You're like Gore with his 50 Trulies. Dude, it's the same thing. Everything Everywhere, Gore and the Trulies. Stop. Just stop. Doesn't know how. And guess what? A24 found out. A24 was pissed because the Daniels got angry, and the whole thing turned into a thing where I didn't get invited to jack shit after that from A24, because they go, this motherfucker plays ruthless, because your movie deserves that. That's why. If you don't make a movie that isn't like that, if you make a movie like Her Private Hell, if you made it good, I wouldn't say, Refn, this is garbage. That's the thing is, dude, if I had a stream, look, if I did a stream tonight where it was unwatchable, where I was high, where I was drunk on Trulies like Gore, if I was whatever it was, I add it all together, and you're like, this is incoherent bullshit. And I'm not saying it's ever great. I'm just saying really awful compared to the standard, which is about mediocre. You and then you guys are like, that show was garbage. It's trash, and you were out of control, and you were drunk, and you were high, and I don't know what was happening, but it was bad. And I'm like, no, how dare you say these things? No, you deserve to hear these things because you earned it, and these directors earned that. Ari Aster earned that for Beau is Afraid. Damien Chazelle earned that for Babylon. Oh my God, Poor Things, for the just completely troubling aspect of that film alone, let alone the pretentious nature of it. It's worse. Oh, it's Yorgos' worst film of the last three, without question. These films deserve to be detonated, and that's what I do. And the studios know that, and they don't like it because I have credibility. That's the difference between me and a lot of people in this space, because they know, look, I defy you to find another critic, anyone in the film space who has any, quote, credibility that guts films the way I do. Name it. Go for it. I'll go for whoever you got. Whoever you got, I'll put them up right now. Who do you have? Who do you have? I will literally go with anybody. You tell me who has the same level of complete reckless disregard for the studios and for the directors to say what needs to be said about a film. Go for it. Good afternoon. Good God, it's been a long day. I swear to God, I went straight from the stream this morning to beach volleyball, to the theater, to here doing a stream. It's been like, I've been just like, I felt like I didn't even leave here. So it's like, just give me a second here. La Angeliso Zacine, whatever, just whatever, LA. Good night, or good evening. If 400 million this week going to be surpassed in Doomsday in December. Good question. You look at, obviously, this is really good for Doomsday, the way this film's performing. And I think what I like about it is the fact it's not really tied into Doomsday. As we know, that very last end final frame is tied in, but it's really just not anything big. And I think that's what I love about the film. But still, look, you need to get Marvel back on track before you get in here, because you look back at the last time they came out, it was Fantastic Four, a film that didn't even get to 600 million worldwide. Here we are at 900 million after one weekend. We needed a reset of Spider-Man. Okay, and Spider-Man now resets Doomsday and gets people now back interested in Marvel. So yes, I think for sure, because Dune is not going to make as much as Doomsday, okay? Dune is a film that we love, is a film that a lot of cinephiles love, but the average person, and obviously families aren't going to that. Families are going to Doomsday. Anytime you get a film like this that opens as big as it is, you're talking about a 4-quad film. You talk about the difference between Odyssey and you talk about Spider-Man, the difference in the openings. 120 plus and 300 and, record now, 360, call it, okay? Because families, you're talking about extra 200 million plus in box office, because it's families and young people. The audience was full of, the demographic on this was definitely 18 to 34. They're into Spider-Man, they're into Zendaya, they're into Tom Holland, they're into this whole thing. So that is another reason. So Doomsday, now, I tell you what, I am buying Doomsday. I was not buying Doomsday before this, but after this film, I am buying Doomsday. I don't know how the film's going to go. I think it's going to be too much of a, here's this person. It's just too many callbacks, too many fan service things. But after this, you have to be taking this film. You have to be changing the view on it. 100%. I was on my phone in that hidden section for 10 minutes. I was in for way over that. I was in for way, way, way longer than that. The movie's fucking hell. Film Twitter weirdo yelled at me for taking a pic of him during the Q&A. That's how bad her private hell was. What? Taking a pic of who? Taking a picture of Reffin? Film, dude, let me explain. I already went off on grifters. Give me a second here. Weber's going to preach. He's going to preach on Film Twitter again. Film Twitter. Why are you so fucking socially awkward? Why is everything such an affront to you? Why do you freak out about stuff like someone taking a picture of a Q&A or Ace taking a picture of a selfie as the credits roll as people walk out? You guys are psychotic. I'm going to make that very clear to you. Film Twitter, you're not normal. You guys are weirdos, dude. Like I said before, a lot of you can't even decide what color your hair is going to be when you wake up. So don't preach to us about how to act in public when someone's taking a picture at a Q&A or Weber's taking a selfie. Did I tell you I found this? I didn't show you this before. I found it on Twitter. There's some weird-ass film Twitter people. They're like, I can't believe that Weber goes to AMC 16. Someone should spill water on his phone so he doesn't take selfies. You guys, do you understand how pathetic you are? No, dude, seriously, film Twitter, I need you to understand something. Please listen to what I'm saying. You guys are the biggest losers on the fucking planet. I need you to understand that. You need to really, really ingest what I'm saying. You guys are seriously, someone who does this, you are the most unfun, uncool, lamest human being on the planet if you berated Luis for taking a picture. I swear to God, and you guys and me taking a selfie and saying, oh, how dare he. You guys, you wonder why you are the island of misfit toys. Because you are the choo-choo train with the square wheels. Okay? You are the dolly who cries. You are the... Was it the elephant? What the elephant do? There were like 3 main misfit toys. You were the clown in the box. He's not Jack. What was his name? You guys are the collection of misfit toys that was on Rudolph's Island. And you guys, seriously, man, you need to learn how to just like be more normal socially. There's a reason why all of you were stuck in the corner at the table full of the weirdos in high school, because you know why? And I'm not even like, wasn't at the cool table. I was like in the middle. I was Anthony Michael Hall and 16 Candles. The reason why is because you're fucking socially awkward. You guys are weirdos, okay? You need to stop being so weird. Just try to be a little more normal. If Luis is taking a picture, don't freak out. Are you serious? Luis, tell me that's serious. Did you yell at him? I would have absolutely gone after that guy. Oh, I would have gone after him. I can already imagine what a guy looked like. You know how many times I walk in there? No, because, ATM money. These people, dude, I mean this. This is, you talk about critics being uncool. Film Twitter, if you look at some of these people, they are some of the most, you look at them and you're like, where did you come from? Like, what is this? Like, I don't even know what to even make of what I'm looking at here. I mean, I'm dead serious. These people are just, man, and then they're always so offended, right? They're always so like, oh my God, I can't believe, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you so freaking out about Luis taking a picture? It's weird, dude. These people are just weird, man. I don't know what to say, but they're just not. It's not normal. Why are they so weird? I have a theory. That there's so many of them in the space are so socially awkward that they don't know how to react in public, and they never have like hung out with a group of friends. They've never kid around with people. They've always been offended at things. They've always been thin-skinned. They've always been, well, I don't know, I'm just a weirdo. And I'm like, okay, fine, dude, I'm kind of weird in a way too, but I'm not going to be like as much as a weirdo as you. I mean, I look at these people and I'm just like, dude, why? Why do you choose to be like this? It's like, ugh, right? Right? We talk about it all the time. You either have erect cinema or limp cinema. In this case, this is definitely the latter. All right, let's get some more comments. Look at, I'm at 37 minutes, and this is just insane. Excuse me, could you not invite Weber to the critic screenings anymore? He's so mean. Yeah, remember that? Remember our guy Robert? Remember that? That's what I'm talking about. The biggest offense I have, he's mean. I call these people out for being shills and not dragging films because they never have a bad thing to say. They get invited early to screenings. They never. These people, dude. These people don't like me because I call them out. They don't. I'm ready for AMC stock tomorrow. Do you guys want to see? I should pull up my page so you guys see how much I have. Let's look at it right now. Do we have the after hours already? Give me a second. Let me see. AMC stock. Give me a second. Here we go. Let's look. Let's see where we're at. Oh, we're up a nickel. Guys, we are up a nickel so far. Hold on. Let me get rid of it. We're up a nickel. Do you guys see it here? Hold it. I forget. I think I bought it I obviously bought it at under a nickel. It's up almost 2%. It's not even open though yet, right? It's not open, so this is. Someone explain stocks to me. What, right? Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna wake up, and if it's over $3, I'm gonna be like, I am so rich. Box office guy says 359. Yeah, I know. I just looked at that. We just called it up right now. Look, so here it is. One more time, if you're just joining us right now. 357, 359. There's a lot of different guys. Listen, it's very easy to say that because look at 84. It's it's lowballed. So we go to 87. We go to 88. We're at that number. So yeah, we're definitely going over here. And by the way, what happened? I'll go a little further. It was a chick. Then after screaming at me, she pointed me out to the step. What, Luis? Did they say no recording? Did they say no recording? Like, why was she freaking out? 286. Oh, it's up? I'm up. I have more money, guys. I'm so rich. But no, Luis, help me out. Tell me, I need to know. I need to know now if she was. Okay, let's do the comment blast closeout. We're not going to go a whole hour. It's late here in Los Angeles. We're after 10. I'm tired. I had a long day. Give me a second. Here it is. CBC. Comment blast closeout. I'll get to as many comments as possible. If I didn't get to you, I promise I'll get to you right now. Life's too short to be offended by everything. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's film Twitter. They're in, like, why are you concerned that I am taking a selfie as the credits are rolling and people are getting up and blocking your view of the screen either way? And not only that, I'm not even using the flash. What is wrong with you? Why are you psychotic? Because that is psychotic to worry about that. That is you having way too many problems with everything. But that's probably how you are, right? You probably go through life like, well, this is too much for me. I can't handle this. Oh, I need a break. Well, dude, I hate to tell you, life doesn't give you a break. You just get out there in the middle of it. You don't worry about everyone offending you. If I got offended tonight at Spider-Man, I'll tell you what happened to me. So tonight, the guy next to me was with his girlfriend. He was on his phone, I kid you not, 25+% of the time. The only good news is it was really low. The screen was really low, so you could barely see it, right, like that. And I was like, okay, that's manageable. Also, remember, I had not seen the film yet. Also, they had a conversation, like, during the middle of the movie. I couldn't believe it. But that's what I'm saying. I didn't go off, and the reason I didn't go off is because it wasn't that bad, but still, it should never happen. But the point is, I already saw the movie. If I hadn't seen the movie, I would have gone on. I would have definitely leaned over and said, "Can you guys just be quiet?" Because I don't, because it's not cool. Like, here's the deal. If you're doing something, and by the way, film Twitter, me taking a picture in the credits or Luis taking a picture during a Q&A, this is not what I'm talking about. So you need to understand the difference between the two things. If you are on your phone in the middle of the movie, having a conversation with your loved one next to you, like for an extended period of time, hell, I think anything, you should be chastised. So versus if that was as during the end credits, what are we talking about? Film Twitter. Let me explain something to you. You will never possess the power that I have and the fearlessness I have and the ability to gauge whether to be outraged or not. And typically the answer is no. You don't understand that because I guess your generation, because a lot of you are younger, your generation was offended by everything. We can't be talked to that way. How dare you? I got news for you. Gen X wasn't raised like that. Gen X was raised like we went to war with one another and we got over it. I go back to when I got into a fight with my best friend and we beat the living shit out of each other in front of my other friend's front yard. We were playing football, maybe Smear the Queer. That's what it was called. Do not question me what it was called. It was called Smear the Queer. You got the ball, you ran around, you got popped, right? Because you had the ball. So it was like rugby. You got drilled. Everyone piled on. So anyhow, I piled on him, he piled on me, whatever it was. Shit happened. And we started throwing fists, and I'm talking like landing haymakers, guys. I'm not talking about missing. I'm talking about it was violent. And all my friends were like, dude, this is insane. I kid you not, within a couple minutes, we were back inside drinking a Mellow Yellow. Because that's how we operate in Generation X. You don't know how to operate like that because you are offended by everything, because you don't get over things, because you have thin skin. Some of us weren't raised like that. So if you think I'm going to worry about you judging me for taking a picture in the credits section when everyone's already leaving and we're talking about rolling credits and everyone's fleeing the auditorium, shut up. I swear to God, if anyone says anything to me one time, it's going to be bad for you. You better not say a single word to me because I tell you what, I'm not doing anything, so you better shut your mouth. I'm just telling you, man, I'm not going to play games with that stuff. So you film Twitter weirdos need to understand something. You're weirdos, and you need to get over some of this stuff. You got to get over it, okay? Just own the fact that you're weird and not be so thin-skinned. It's a very, very low energy vibration, right? Extremely low energy vibration. Spider-Man's going to be, dude, listen, we'll have a video tomorrow morning. Here's the deal. We'll go a few more minutes here. When I go tomorrow morning, I'm going to get the email from Sony at about 8 o'clock in the morning. I will have a video up within 10 minutes. That's how fast I operate. I get in front of this thing and we go, bang, let's go. One take. Bill O'Reilly, let's do it live. I can't believe he just said Bill O'Reilly. My God, the guy's the worst. We'll do it live because I don't want to sit around editing shit. Okay, I don't have time, nor do I want to. Well, I mean, I got time right now. It's fine. But my point is I don't want to. So I just want to shoot. Let's just knock it out. I'll do a 3-minute video like that. It's done. It'll be posted. It'll definitely get there. There's almost no way it won't. Mellow Yellow, you spelled it wrong. I hate to tell you such. It's cool. It doesn't have a W at the end. But it's fine. No, but you're right. Mellow Yellow is straight gen. They still have it, by the way. They still have it. They still have it. You enjoyed the film a lot, Sound Effect. Didn't love how the film pushed the pro-surveillance state, though. Which one? You're talking about Spider-Man? Yeah. I mean, oh, or are you talking about the other one? The other one was, well, first of all, you know what's interesting about Spider-Man? Let's talk about it real quick because we're in the comment. I was going to comment on this. You guys notice how they talked about mRNA in this film? Did you guys notice that? Weber's going to get in trouble. What he's talking about? They're talking about, hey, can we silence a gene? Remember that? The whole conversation with Hulk and Peter Parker, right? So the two of them are having that conversation. They're like, hey, mRNA, you can silence this one. They're talking about the vaccines. They're 100%. Dude, what was the vaccine? mRNA. They're literally talking about that. How do you silence the gene? They're literally discussing all of that. Did you guys catch that? You guys see, look, I don't want to talk about that because it's a whole other thing. We could do a whole show on that. But I want you to pay attention. I know now when you look at some of these films, they are telling you stuff. And I'm not saying that was like, it's kind of right. But you look at it and you just say, isn't that interesting? We're having a discussion about mRNA technology in this film. And some of you probably just missed it. And I don't blame you. I mean, it's like you just watch a movie, you're like, whatever, I don't really care about this part of it. Is Spider-Man now a Best Picture contender? Great question. A few more comments here before we get out of here. No, it's not. I mean, listen, Odyssey is... Here, okay, before I say no, let's just say this. I think it is a good film. I think it deserves at least... It's one of the better films this year for sure, for us. I mean, I've got other films ranked higher. But, look, it depends on what happens the rest of the year. We don't have... too many huge, we got Dune, we got Doomsday coming up. But as far as this fall, last I checked, we don't have a PTA coming in, okay? We do have a Fincher, but it's Netflix. Thank God it's going to be in theaters for a little bit, but right? So you got to look at, and Fincher's also fallen in stature so far, but you're looking for directors like Scorsese, right? A director who, no matter what they do, is going to be a Best Picture contender, like PTA. We knew that film was in, doesn't matter. If the film was awful, it doesn't matter. And I don't think it's a great film. It's not his worst film. I think it's definitely better than Licorice Pizza and also Inherent Vice. Those are two my least favorite. Those are two worst films for me for PTA. Inherent Vice, without question, is the worst of his films. Most unwatchable, and just annoying. But okay, so look, maybe, but right. So you have to start looking at what else is out there, and then obviously if it's a weaker draft class, right? We talk about this all the time. You talk about the NFL draft, right? NFL draft happens every April, but it doesn't mean that every April has the best NFL draft. It means that here's the players that are available. So let's talk about the Oscars this year. Here's the films that are available. If it's a bad year, then a film like, and I'm not saying it's a bad film, but I'm saying, right, then that gives you a better chance. The weaker the field, the better you have a chance to get in. I know it's kind of obvious, but you got to think of it that way. NFL draft, you could be like an average quarterback, but if you're the best quarterback in that draft, you're going to go way higher than you would if it was a stacked class of quarterbacks. So look at it that way. If we have a stacked class of directors this year in the Oscars, then a film like Brand New Day is not going to get there. So look, this is what I do, guys. I told you guys, if you want to make money, Hollywood, I know you watch. I know you guys do. I get DMs. I know you guys watch. You need to bring me in. I'm a consultant. I will destroy, dude. I will make you money, okay? Not just AMC stock, which, of course, I'm going to make money on tomorrow. I'll make you money by saying Batgirl, Supergirl, okay? By saying cut the second half of Everything Everywhere down. It's way too long. It's too repetitive. You got to bring it in. You got to rein that motherfucker in. That's what I'll do. You want me to be the film whisperer? I will do that. I won't tell anyone here on the stream I'm doing it because obviously it's a different thing. I can't talk about that. It's called a non-disclosure. I definitely can do that. I don't care. Of course, dude, you think if I'm going to go see a test screening, I'm going to come on here and say, I just saw a test screening of a movie. I literally sign a contract with you. But the deal is I'm not going to do it for free because what I bring to the table is worth money. I'm not going to do this for free. You can bring all your people in for your Amazon gift cards. Go for it. Bring all of them in. Bring all of them in. You're getting nothing of use out of that. Nothing. If you show me a film, I'm going to tell you if it works or it doesn't. I don't need anyone else in the room. I don't need to confer. I can tell you right now, here's where it's going to work. And look at my batting average, guys. I defy you. You're going to say Ant-Man 3. Who gives a fuck? It's a goofy Marvel film. Settle down. Same with Thor: Love and Thunder. I have not missed on a big, massive imprint film on this channel. I've never missed on any film. Okay? I was right about Babylon. I was right about Beau's Afraid. I was right about Poor Things, 100%. I was right about Anora. Let's make sure that's very clear. I was dead on about Anora, and guess who was the first person to drag that film as hard as it got dragged? Me. You know I'm right. I defy you will not find anyone who was dragging that film at my time. I was the only person saying this film is not a best picture. This is insane shit. Look into stock options. You do great with AMC and movies performance. It's a cheat code. Thank you. I will. I need to figure this all stuff. This is all new. I'm figuring it out. I know, like, I can buy some stock. I'm not the most educated stock person, but I can tell you this. I know the basics. If the product's doing well, the stock's got to go up. So look, we just had the biggest weekend of all time. It's got to go higher tomorrow. It's got. I don't know about that, but look, when you buy, listen, I'm not gonna lie. Once I have invested in something, I need to like root for it. But look, you don't see me. At least I'm saying it. Here's the funny thing, though. I can be an AMC stockholder, which I'm going to hold for a while because there's no reason to. I mean, it was so cheap that it was like ridiculous. $2 a share, $2.50. What was it? $2.75, whatever it was when I bought it. Here's the reality: is that I will still turn around and hammer AMC. Because that's what I do. I whenever I get too out in front, when I'm out in front of my skis, I've got to course correct. I've got to get back. So I can't get over my skis too much. So I always try to find the way back because I know, like, if I'm saying like a movie's like, oh my God, it's the best movie ever made, I got to say, wait a second. But I think I've been right. I was right about Obsession. I was right about Tar for sure. I saw that before. One of the first people, and I said that's a masterpiece, and look what's happened over the course of time. I called it that night. That's the thing is, right? What I do is I nail it the night I see it before it has done anything. So I'm not going back through the luxury of time and saying, oh, well, Obsession's a great film. I called it before it made a single penny. It was opening night at AMC 6 here in Burbank. And I came out and I told you, this is a horror masterpiece. This is a great film. It's going to be big. No way did I think it'd get to 475 million. Come on, guys. No way. No one did. Like, let's not be stupid. But here's the reality. I did say I am so high on this film. If you watch that stream, you'll go, this is a guy. If I'm going to buy stock, I'm going to buy this film, Obsession. And how much money would you make? Imagine if Obsession were a stock. You'd be on Easy Street. You would have yourself a Porsche 911. You would have whatever you want, Ferrari. You know how much your money would have grown? Dude, you would have bought the stock at like 50 cents and it would be worth like $100 now. Seriously, easy. The profitability on that film. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I do. What you need to know is when I'm out in front of a movie, it's earned. When I'm not, it's also earned. That's what I do better than anybody else in this space. All right, couple more. I'll go all the way back to the beginning if I missed some of you guys. If you're already gone, then you can watch the replay and you'll see it here. I saw someone talk about Motor City. Motor City played for like 3 days and vanished from my local theater. Coach, the reality is this, is that never was going to be a big hit. People were talking about how Alan Richardson was talking all this shit. I agree. He talks way too much. He should just shut up. But that film was never going to be big. 1,000 per location. It was gone. It was the end of that. Only way to stop the agenda people, far left critics, and anti-woke crowds is to call out all sides. Thank you, Alan. I'm sorry I missed this earlier. It's what I do. That's what I do. That's why they all hate me. That's why I have so many fronts opened up, because I've got the grifters angry at me. I got the film Twitter people, and I've also got the critics. I've got 3 different fronts opened up here, and I will wage war at anyone anytime I need to. The difference between me and everyone else is I don't have to worry about stepping on someone's toes. I will shoot here, here, and here. It doesn't matter. We're going to go grifters. We're going to go critics. We're going to go film Twitter. I will equally opportunity go after each one of you because I don't care. I'm not here to make friends and influence others. I'm here to influence others. I think we've done a good job of that. I'm definitely not here to win friends, certainly not with film Twitter and certainly not with film critics. That's for sure. And the grifters, I used to think were okay. Not anymore. I don't want to be I don't want any part of any of y'all. I don't want any part of any of you. I have nothing in common with any of you, like fully in common. I am a pure independent. You talk a libertarian. I am a pure centrist thinking. Definitely I lean one way or another on certain issues, no question. You talk about a homelessness, guys, we got to get that under control. I understand people are hurting. We cannot have people in the street, in a tent, blocking. We just can't. We can't have it, okay? I don't know what the answer is. We just can't have that, right? You have to remove that option, okay? I know it sucks that people in life do fall through the cracks, but a lot of it's self-induced. You talk about someone who gets into drugs. You talk about someone who, has issues showing up for a job, being consistent. Look, in life, you need to be consistent. You need to be there. You need to be dependable. And some people just aren't. And, that's of your own making. If you're not dependable, then you have to understand that that's going to affect you in your finances and the fact that maybe you one day don't have anything because you didn't show up. You got to show up in life, man, right? This August is going to be the biggest August. I think so, Alex, because you look at it right now and you're just talking. Listen, Safik, I'm not saying, is it Richardson? I've never even said his name. I thought it was Richardson. Alan Richardson. Okay, look, he might have been saying that, but here's the reality. is that still, as a star, I don't want you talking about that stuff. I want you just to shut up. I want you to talk about the movie. I want you to have a little fun. If you want to say something like that, like, look, dudes, I'm doing a stream here. I'm just shooting the shit here on a Sunday night. I'm not here promoting a movie. If I was promoting a movie, I wouldn't even say anything about the grifters, film Twitter. You think I'd say anything about any of this? No, but I'm not promoting a movie. I'm on here just talking about film, talking about society, talking whatever it is. So the difference is I'm not trying to push a multi-million-dollar film. I think that was a $30 million film, Motor City. So you want to do well. So if the host asks you a question like, hey, what do you think of Trump? I'd be like, listen, man, I don't agree with everything he does, but there certainly has supporters. I mean, take it or leave it. Take him or leave it. Leave it like that, right? Okay. Just, you got to learn how to not say too much. Again, I can talk about Trump because it doesn't matter. And I don't think, again, I actually like some of the stuff he does, and I hate some of the stuff he does, right? I've called out both sides. I hate the fact that he made me pay more in my tariffs, which, by the way, apparently a lot of companies got their money back. I'm not getting my money back. When I ordered that jersey, got that kit, the Flamengo kit from Brazil, they hit me with like $100 tariff. It was at least $75. $75 tariff. I don't get that money back. Where's my $75? I'll take $75. I'll go put it back in stock. But no, but these other companies are getting it back. Why am I not getting it back? So yeah, Trump and his stupid fucking tariffs, garbage. So, and you can, yeah, thank you. Exactly, Alan, that's it. Let's leave it with that tonight, and I'm gonna get ready for the stream tomorrow for the update. Not a stream, we'll just do a lot. We'll just do a quick little update. It's not gonna take much. It's gonna win. It's gonna beat it. You said it. You might agree with him. Shut your mouth. Okay, that's what the stars need to do. Stop talking. Pedro Pascal, stop going after J.K. Rowling. Just do your thing. Like, be in the movie. I know you have a trans sister. Fine. Just don't talk about it, dude. He's like, well, that's like, you're a star. You are not a politician. You are not a activist. You're going to say, maybe I'm a star, so therefore I am. No. You're a movie star. Your job is to sell tickets. Shut up. Okay? Again, if I was a movie star, I would not be doing the stream. It'd be like, oh, look, he pissed off all the critics. He's pissed off the agenda people. He's pissed off film Twitter. This guy, but that's why I don't have a thing yet. Sebastian Stan talked about it. So just again, I think the reality goes like this. Don't open as a star, just please don't talk. All right, guys, I'm going to play the song from tonight one more time because I really like it. And then we're out of here. It'll just play in the background as I roll out of here on this Sunday night. Thanks for being here. Hey, you know what? A little bit of love for doing a stream, because here's the reality. I didn't know if I was going to do a stream, but I said to myself, I'm going to show up tonight. And guess what? I did. I'll see you back tomorrow morning. Update. As soon as it comes in from Sony, we're going to be over. It's going to be the biggest debut of all time. Cinema is in a great place, baby. On fire on this Sunday night. Here's the opening track from Spider-Man, Brand New Day. It really sets the tone. I had a great time tonight. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you next time here on MMT. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, please do so. And we'll see you next time live from Los Angeles. Good night.